Taking down Ronda Rousey to take home the belt. She will bring that belt in the studio. Looking forward to it.
Five rounds of fighting for the UFC Bantamweight Championship as Ronda Rousey fights Holly Holm. Tucking wow. She's out. Holly looking to finish. Holly Holm is the new UFC Bantamweight Champion of the world.
Oh my God. Unbelievable. What a performance by Holly Holm.
UFC Bantamweight Champion of the world.
You know, this is one good fight, and there's so much more to prove.
So much more to prove. You've proven a lot of doubters wrong here. She pulled off one of the biggest upsets of the year. Great to have Holly Holm, the UFC Bantamweight champ, with us this morning live here on Sportscenter. A great reaction there from your family and your friends watching on. Now, I heard they had a great day, too, because the closing odds were 8-1. Against you, and
They know me better too. I didn't know anybody bet, and then after the fight, they were like, "Oh, hey sis." My brother's like, "Hey sis, thanks by the way. I made such and such amount of money," and then all of them were like, "Yeah, I made such and such," and I'm like, "Thank you for not telling me until now."
well, if you knew ahead of time, would that have changed anything? I mean,
I still want to win either way, but I think there was enough pressure going in. We didn't need to add anymore, so I'm glad that they know me better.
Now,
tell me.
this was your third UFC fight in your career.
Yeah.
You have the experience, of course, in boxing. Do you think the Rousey camp took you for granted?
You know, I think when you're that unstoppable and that unbeatable for a while, you can't overlook things. I don't think they did overlook. I think that she trained hard. I think it's just, you know, our game plan just happened to pan out that night.
And what was the game plan going in?
Well, we had a little bit of a plan for everywhere. You know, a lot of people say, well, are you working on defending the armbar? Are you working on, you know, defending her judo? Are you working on defending this, defending that? I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm also working on being offensive and doing what I do well, because I can defend everything for 5 rounds, but if I'm just defending and she's on the offense, that's not going to give me a victory. So we wanted to work on being, you know, an aggressor as well.
A fighter will know when they have an opponent. When did you know you had Ronda Rousey?
I knew, I've been saying, I knew I had her timing, but you still don't know when any punch can land, mine or hers. So halfway through the first round, everything was going smooth, and my corner just kept telling me, stay focused, Holly, stay focused, because that way I could just keep doing what I did and not get too distracted and not get too comfortable and then get dropped myself, so.
Ronda Rousey had kind of like a phenomenon, too. A Mike Tyson aura before Mike Tyson went down. Quick knockouts. Everybody is intimidated walking into the ring. Did you feel that if you could just last the first couple minutes that suddenly that aura will go out the window and now it's coming down to fighting?
You know, I knew that getting past, you know, the further you go, the more uncomfortable it is for somebody if they've been able to stop everybody else, because they start to think, you know, I know for me, I've been in fights before where somebody's been really aggressive, you know, in boxing for the first 5 rounds, and then they start to die down. And there's been a couple times I had a fight, and it's like round 8, round 9, I'm thinking, is this girl ever going to stop trying to come at me?
Yeah.
This is frustrating, you know? So I know that the further it goes, the more frustrating it can be. And that was our goal, is to try and just take her into a place where she hasn't been in a fight
Did you sense that frustration from her?
I did. I do feel like she got a little frustrated. You know, maybe she didn't really want to do the stand-up anymore, so she pushed me to the cage, but I was able to get out. Went for an armbar. I was able to get out and went for a hip toss, and, you know, wasn't able to kind of capitalize on it. So another fight would be a whole different story, but this fight just wound up panning out great.
And then you deliver the infamous kick. Let's go to the side here. I want you to demonstrate it with me on exactly
Good thing
the technique.
I have my flip-flops on.
Exactly. And the setup. Now, mind you, I'm wearing makeup and I'm in a suit.
Okay.
So we'll still see how this plays out. Now, what position was the setup here for Ronda that helped you deliver that kick?
Well, there's a lot of different angles depending on if you're righty, lefty. I'm lefty, she's righty.
And I'm a righty, so...
Yeah, I don't really want to give a blueprint because we might rematch.
They can cover it up for the next hour.
However, okay, well, let's go this way if it counts this way. If you're righty, your strong hand's the backhand,
Absolutely.
so your right foot would be back.
Yeah.
I'm a lefty, my left foot's back. So there's a lot of different angles. One way or the other, you can go either way. But in this particular case, a lot of times it's just getting to this angle. If I'm on this angle, you can't really hit me with your power hand, correct?
Exactly. So I got to turn this way, and that leaves me open.
So if I was already on this angle, I just wanted to stay there when she came up because then...
And then
you can't really be aggressive with me, and so I'm free to be able to...
Was that the ultimate setup, that you were planning on doing something like that the entire time?
No, it just it just was there, and I thought, you know what? Let's just... I see the opening. Let's not get too anxious. It was kind of a slow motion moment there. When she stood up, I thought, let's not, while she's standing up, kick her while her hands are still on the ground. You know, let's wait till she's up. And it was just there. It just was good timing.
Were you surprised she didn't have anything left after that?
Once she went down, I felt this is over. I just need to make sure and not let her recover till the ref calls it.
Your life has dramatically changed.
It has changed dramatically.
What's been the coolest moment the last couple weeks?
Man, I honestly, I don't know if I can really like pinpoint one because they're so great.
Yeah.
Being able to be on the talk shows and be able to go to the Clippers game and meet people that I never would have met before, you know.
For example?
Well, Derek Jeter and Floyd Mayweather and Jamie Foxx and Kelly and Michael morning show. Seth Meyers. I mean, and it's just kind of crazy because a lot of these people you love, and it's just cool to get to know them outside of.
You have a background in boxing too, of course, with your history coming in, and you called Floyd Mayweather the GOAT, the greatest boxer of all time.
I think there are a lot of greats.
Yes.
He's one of the greatest. Yes.
Okay. And
one of the greatest.
Now, the backstory, too, is leading up to the fight was Ronda with the fight, verbally back and forth with Mayweather. Do you know anything about that background?
I don't know the background. I just know that Floyd Mayweather's been able to go undefeated. He always is very good at his craft, but there's a lot of greats that have been along the way. Muhammad Ali.
Yes.
How great is he?
Yes.
Sugar Ray Leonard. How great is he? I mean, honestly, I could go through a list of that, and that's just from boxing. And boxing is different than MMA. I'm not going to say greatest of all time. You can't compare between MMA and boxing. So, yes, one of the greats.
Okay. Lined up with many
Mayweather.
greats like Rocky Marciano.
Yes.
Before we let you go, rematch. Does Rousey deserve a rematch?
Absolutely. She gave me the chance to fight for the title. I'll give her the chance to fight for her back.
Is that next year, 2016?
Who knows? We'll see.
All right, Holly, we do appreciate the time. Thank
you so much.
And thanks for taking it easy on the face, too.
Okay.
And not delivering that knockout kick there.
Thank you.
Jamie?
That's his moneymaker there. Gotta be careful. SportsCenter's NFL.